Are we together, colleagues?
Yes, we are.
Did you understand the rationality of those stats that we shared? Colleagues, the conference online are not ready. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
I hope you are good and you had enough rest. Today is Friday, and then I was just capturing because we lost the guys at online yesterday. So I was just recapping with them so that I'm waiting for you so that we can continue. You say?
No, let me join the row because
Okay.
I feel like the naughty child in the back of the class.
Yeah, but I also don't want these chairs in my room. Why are you hiding behind these chairs?
That's what
That's what remove them. No, remove them.
No, I must come to the front.
Yeah, come down.
Just because it's fun.
If we reflect, since we started, guys, on Tuesday, we've been talking about two critical concepts. What are those concepts? Since we started online on Tuesday. Creativity, give a round of applause. And then what else? Thank you, Sheila, and innovation. These are the two concepts that I've been dealing with in this book. Creativity and innovation. And I tried to take you from where you are to bring you closer to where I want you to be. And then your modules, your learning outcomes, here. Do you see it says on your learner guide, the skills program is in applying innovative thinking to the development of small businesses.
Yes.
So I was crafting a roadmap for you to be able to use these two critical tools, the creative thinking and then the capability of innovation to be able to achieve this. Now, you will see your this is yours, so you write your name and everything. And then this is the unit standards. That and then these are the credits that it has. Okay? And then in terms of the content, it says what is creativity? The difference between analytical and creative thinking, and the barriers to creative thinking. We have touched on those, isn't it?
Yes.
Or you don't know? Give me an example of barriers to creative thinking. Yes, self-doubt. Yeah, my master. Give me a round of applause. The other one, fear of the unknown. Again, if somebody who does not know how to swim, when you bring them closer to the swimming pool and say jump, do they jump? They don't. They panic because of the fear. What is the fear? they are not yet sure whether they can swim or whether it's possible. So that is the fear that we are talking about. So also in business, your fear is that, for example, when somebody wakes up and say, I'm going to China to buy jeans, somebody says, no, I've heard that Chinese people eat people. And it's because of that fear. But somebody jumps out in the morning, gets into a flight, goes get the visa, and go to China. What is another fear?
Ignorance.
Ignorance. Give an example.
Let's say maybe you want to tap into the new market, and then those people don't know about the product, but they're not used to the sales. Yeah, so that can be ignorance.
The biggest ignorance we have in this country is about a perception of our level of education. That is the biggest. When somebody has a master's degree and they tell you that my education is not sufficient, what have they been studying? Because I said yesterday and I want to repeat it. Education doesn't improve fools. It only provides them with a higher platform to express their stupidity. That is Martin Luther King, is not me. He even said, I repeat it, education doesn't improve fools. It only provides them with a higher platform to express their stupidity. And we had stupid professors. You hear this man is talking a candidate professor. Yes, so it's because of education. So your orientation, in English they say, your attitude determines your altitude. So if you are going to be ignorant and think all beautiful women are in the palace, right? Go to the Eastern Cape.
Yeah.
Go to Eswatini. You know, so, and I also raised a very critical point yesterday about prejudice. Again, pre is also a barrier. What is prejudice? Is prejudgment. You have preconceived ideas about someone or something, and then they mold your thought process. And until you break that mold, you will never go to the highest, the nearest height. I mean, guys in transport who are collecting money every day from the passengers should be worried why is the airport here not working. And out of creativity and innovation, they should then start thinking what can they do to make that airport work. That is the creativity I'm teaching you about, not far-fetched. Not that you must investment go and sell cakes. No, in your industry, what do you do to make sure that that airport works?
Is there a reason why this thing can't be in a logistical hub?
There is no reason. But what is important is that, good morning, sir. Villa, are you good?
Yeah.
You know all the naughty ones, we know them by the name. So there is no reason whatsoever. How you package it and link it to the market is what is important. And do you know how many people are struggling with their cargo? To bring it to South Africa, I mean, you know the news that the harbors are jam-packed. Isn't it?
My thing is you have time-sensitive goods in the way of using produce one. And logistical platform won't make sense. The time-sensitive goods say that they must get to their destination as quickly as possible. But policymakers, maybe they require some ODR or whatever. Maybe that's where
I refuse. No, I refuse. No, I'm brutally interrupting you. I refuse. It's not about policy makers. It's not about policy makers. You remember with COVID, what happened? An aircraft left here to go to China to pick up the people, and they were brought to a lodge here. And it landed at the airport. It was an opportunity. So I'm saying there must be an opportunity for the policymakers to endorse. If there is no opportunity, they are not opportunity makers. Let me give a personal example. I used to supply orange juice, fresh orange juice to Nigeria every day. I collected oranges, squeezed them in the evening, and then 400 liters, boom. Every 5 o'clock in the morning, they go to Hotel Muhammad International Airport. Every day, because they wanted freshly squeezed. No preservatives, nothing. No, the customer who wanted it was supplying hotels. You understand? Yeah, so they didn't want this preserved, they wanted oranges, fresh oranges.
And it was for breakfast.
No. Remember they're an open country, they don't care about their selling. You know, Nigeria is a cash economy. Those people, they believe in value cards. You come talk to credit, and I say, well, for them all. When you enter now, cash, chop, yash, go. You see? No, there's no credit card in Nigeria. They use a value card. You preload it. They will tell you cash is king. You look at this house in Abuja. It was built cash, my brother.
So there is no credit, even the car, they buy cash.
If you want to own a Maserati, make you enter bank, pay cash, take it.
Wow. To stay great.
No, there's no, this thing is delaying you of thinking that see beautiful Mercedes Benz, you see this man is going on. It's got nothing. Those people in their house, they've got the rich man is having 4 private jets at the airport. In his own house, outside there are 4 live elephant statues of gold, 24 karat, in the garden. Decoration to demonstrate cash.
Wow.
So you're talking about Michael then?
Hey, the great man. Dangote is a great man. He's the cement baron. He's now doing a gas. And he's building the biggest refinery in the country.
Is it not the one?
No, for now it's in the country. Because the Russians are still doing it.
This is why this man is doing this. Economy and Nigeria they are exporting crude oil. Spain takes this crude oil, processes it, sends it back to different markets, including Nigeria. The Nigerian government gives citizens subsidies for petroleum products. That's why most of their budget. And then this one of central bank Sanusi convinced this one of the move refinery here, and then we stop these ones from taking our thing and sending it back to us and taking us the price. So by so doing, it has another knock-on effect that we put on generally. For you to buy back this thing at 10,000, you must take the naira by the British pound, which gives the British pound strength. But now that you're not sending out crude oil, the British must come to you for your products. You must take their pound and buy the naira. And the strength of the naira is their export operations. So this collaboration was between a central bank and a cement bank. But his thought process, if I can tell you, people go and prospect around the question of funding, but they must all come to him. He's the process. Like in Zimbabwe, you have agro processing. If you are the only agro processor, all these farms in the entire process must all stand in the queue. And where is the actual value? 60% in the processing.
Very true. Thank you very much. Let me just demonstrate what I've already said.
Wow.
He's recording me that way.
Hey, hey, Prof. This guy is very knowledgeable. I will read that. We'll read that next time.
It's funny how when you go on social media and you
Listen to this.
Yeah, Moscow.
Ravi, good morning. How are you? I'm good. Yes, I'm in class now. When I gave you the 13 hours for discussion, can we do it at 13 hours? Yeah, 7 hours. It's now 10:45. I'm saying now it's 10:45. What time is it in? Is what? 2:15. Yeah. And sell it to Ukraine, because Ukraine can't buy directly from Russia. But I'm going to buy and sell, because you don't be coming from Russia. You're coming from. But we are also creating in this platform a data bank of all Africans, including yourselves, on what you are doing, because for us to be able to eradicate the backlog that South Africa has, is $1.8 trillion worth of backlog of goods and services that we have with the bilateral, with the 3,750 bilateral trade agreements. In my company, I've got a regional director for SADC, who's in charge for the whole the SADC. They are liaising with the ambassadors of SADC and the ministers of trade and industry in those countries. Fei Shao is in Tanzania, she's in charge of the East Africa. CJ Yumba is in Congo Brazzaville, is in charge of Central Africa. And then Mario Manuel is in Algeria, is in charge of North Africa. And then Getu is in Banjul, in Gambia, in charge of West Africa. We are uploading on the system every SMME in this continent because we want to quantify the volume of peanut paste this continent collectively can supply. We are quantifying the volume of honey this country can supply, this continent can supply. We are becoming the Alibaba of Africa.
And you can actually trade amongst yourselves. You don't really
No. Remember, for example, when you said you've got gold in Ghana or Uganda, the market doesn't respond because of the shenanigans that has happened. But if we buy that gold and bring it to South Africa and sell it from South Africa, the market responds. So we have as South Africans, we have an advantage against many other Africans because of our reputation. So the diplomatic cafe is now ring-fencing that reputation. And I'm the founder and executive chairman of the diplomatic cafe. And you are going to become on that platform. You are going to subscribe and advertise your goods on that platform. So that once we have to do bulk supply, we'll do bulk, not only in the Limpopo and South Africa, but we'll do bulk supply in the whole country. And then we will also, the reason why I started it is I also want to do training to make SMMEs export ready. So that once you are export ready, you would know the system that you are putting in place in order for you to be able to respond to the market. Any questions? So, yes, Sheila?
Good morning, thank you, Prof. Prof, I just wanted to ask about the program that you just mentioned now. How soon is the portal going to be active for SMMEs to start listing their products on the portal?
We are going live on the 1st of October.
Oh, thank you, Prof.
Yes. Good morning. Kuto. Iligana. Awa jembala pro. Jegna. Are you good? Awesome.
Prof, I wanted to ask, what would be the subscription fees?
The subscription fees.
Yeah.
Very important one. It's going to be $10 per annum. It's going to be $10 per annum. Yes, ma'am.
And then the issue of compliances, because most of the small medium enterprises they don't comply. The reason why we are hindered from the market is because we do not comply. So the issue of compliance is because it's the main blockage for us to go to export.
Okay. Let me, for the interest of those who just came in now, I was explaining that I've logged a call with Ravi in India, and then in our conversation, I was making an appointment with him for 1 o'clock because they are developing our platform, which is called the Diplomatic Cafe. Now, this platform is the African Alibaba. This is the platform where we are uploading all the SMMEs in the continent with their products. We are the route to market because we want to eradicate the backlog that South Africa has on its bilateral trade agreements. But we cannot eradicate it if we don't have the products. So we want to know everyone in the continent who does what. So that is why we've got a representative from SADC, a representative from East Africa, Central Africa, West Africa, and North Africa. Actually, in October we are opening a branch in North Africa, in Algiers. That is the reason why we are opening the diplomatic affairs office in Algeria is because they've made 5 inquiries. They want us to bring Nando's to Algeria. So we are going to secure a master franchise agreement and take Nando's to Algeria. They want us to bring Virgin Active to Algeria. They want us to bring Nissan Motor Corporation to Algeria. They want us to bring car battery manufacturing factory in Algeria. So I talked about MTN. They want us to bring MTN to Algeria. And the role of the diplomatic affairs is to negotiate commission agreement and partnership and take those into that market. Very diplomatic. Sheila, are you raising your hand? So I was coming to your point of saying compliance. We will do the compliance. Remember when we are buying in Juba, we are buying maybe 10,000 liters of honey. Yeah? Quality assurance is done by us, even repackaging, because we are buying to repackage them and then sell them. Some market would want us to even, for example, the Algerian market, they would want us to put in their language the products. So we've got that capacity to be able to do that. So, but we will train everyone in the continent to be export ready, because the market is there out. But you find that in Tanzania, in Morogoro, you have a group of entrepreneurs who are not getting the market, but they've got the products. So we are the route to market.
Changing the game.
No, we're changing the game big time. Gina?
Thank you, Prof. This was actually on the issues of accessing export licenses, in particular in Limpopo, because apparently the customs services at the airport isn't up to par. The process of applying for export licenses seems to be the lengthiest of them all. Is there a way that one can get an export license around Limpopo in particular, Prof?
Yes, there is a way. Yes.
We would like to have access to such a way because we are actually begging to get export license.
Okay, there's also a question. Listen to this question.
When you say export license, do you mean the one offered by SARS?
Yes, you're supposed to apply. If you are going to be exporting your goods, you're going to be supplying your goods outside the country, you must have an import and export license. Yeah. And it has to be applied for apparently through the customs services.
Explain it.
It's actually a one-day process. You go to SARS, they will give you a link to go to so that you can upload your information, and then once you've done that, the following day you get your export certificate. Yeah. It's not a lengthy or expensive process. It's not even, you don't even have to pay for it. You just go there, they'll give you a link, and then you upload your information, and then if you have everything they are requesting from you, then they will tell you, for example, you will have to have a facility
or a warehouse. If you are a supplier of like certain goods, then they'll tell you you need this specific space. Then they come and verify, and then they just approve on the system, and then your certificate will be sent to you.
Okay, do you have a specific window or a specific person that is supposed to be visiting at SARS? Because SARS is quite an expensive division on its own. Who do we go to?
You just go to SARS.
At SARS.
Any SARS.
Any SARS.
You tell them you
No,
want
no,
to apply.
like which division? When I get there, where do I go?
Import and export permits.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, you ask them. But
Okay.
but like I'm saying, colleagues, we are expecting to go live on the 1st of October, and then we are going to run a roadshow where we are going to be calling you guys, assisting you to be export ready, and then once we upload you on the system. Good morning.
Thank you so much, and thank you, colleague, for the information. It's very valuable. Thank you.
And then that is going to be the element of saying, for example, on daily basis, we are getting inquiries from various countries on various products. I mean, last week we got inquiries from Dubai looking for briquettes. That other week we got inquiries from Algeria, Angola, is looking for extra, because we are supplying them with red wine, 4 containers every month. And we are not producing. We just get a supplier and manufacturer, we negotiate the price, then we use our lines for verification, and then from there we buy and we supply. I told you earlier that we used to supply copper from Zambia. I'm talking about copper concentrate, copper cathodes, copper monoxides to Japan. We used to supply meat from Botswana, from the BMC. I talked about your top sides, silver sides, strip loins, DRAM, IRAM, your primal cuts from the BMC in Obate to Japan. We used to supply goats to Mauritius, 2,000 live goats every fortnight, and we struggled to get a vessel that can carry live goats. We could only get the vessel in Belgium. Now you can imagine if you are paying 2 million rand a month for a vessel that docks at East London, and waiting for cargo of goats to come from inland to the quarantine, to be quarantined for 2 weeks, and then we ship it to Port Louis, 4 days to Port Louis, 4 days back in way for another load. 2 loads per month, 2 million. So, and I'm South African, by the way, from Rustenburg. So I'm saying these things I'm sharing with you today, they are possible. And I never knew when I was growing up from some age that I was going to be in international trade. I didn't know that I was going to share this knowledge, that it is possible. So I'm saying to you, I didn't go to a private school, I didn't go to a model C school, I didn't go, and I am proud of my education. The education that I got from that bad school is the one that made me wise. The creativity, it came to me. Ask me how I started all these things. I had an inquiry mind to say, what is it every truck that was? When I was driving, a truck passes by or I pass a truck. I'm asking what is inside? Who's making money out of what is inside? That was my creativity, my thinking, my inquiring, my critical thinking. I said, I also want to participate. Because you see a truck passing by, it's loading something, they took it somewhere, they are taking it somewhere, somebody is making money. So it is not by luck or sheer luck that you are in this class. You are here that we can share the knowledge. For me, it's not about the qualification, but for me, it's about applying this knowledge to better your business so that we can be able to supply the global markets. Madam, we had your hand up.
Oh, I wanted to ask the lines that you're using, can they be manipulated by people to bring counterfeit goods into our account? Because remember, you have contacts with other countries,
Yes.
whereby you can get a counterfeit, or maybe you get goods on a lower price, then you bring them in our country, and then you sabotage our goods that are being produced locally.
Okay, let me share light in terms of international trade. Yeah? When I buy copper from Zambia, there's an agreement between the buyer and the seller on the specification. Yeah? And now, who proves the spec? We then appoint a laboratory that must then go and do tests, and then they must give a lab report. That lab report is part of the contract. Yeah? It safeguards both the buyer and the seller. Now, for example, if you are buying coal from Botswana, then your sulfur content and your ash content, say the sulfur content is 36 and ash content is 18%. That is on the lab report. You have appointed SGS to go and do this up there. So once they have done that, they give you, it's part of the contract. Once the goods reaches Richards Bay to be dispatched, there's the second evaluation that is done to issue the second certificate. In the contract, you put variation to say you give room for fall for 0.5%. Yeah? So if the report, the second report, is different, it means these goods were tampered with in transit. Now, that is the quality assurance. So once we do trade, for example, in Malawi, let's say I want 23,000 heads of sheep that I'm selling to Dubai, and you claim you bought them in Malawi. I would say go to SGS and submit them at the warehouse. SGS must then assess them and give me a report. Before I even sign a contract, I must know proof of the goods, their quality, the specification. So all I'm saying is that at no point will somebody bypass this system because we are working with lab reports on any product that we are procuring. So there is no way, because you are going to test twice, from the point of departure and then the way of landing, where they are going.
Controls.
Then those are controls.
And it doesn't mean that there will never be people who try to do that. Are you aware there's people who go to the police station to try and go to the police station? It's where they're supposed to be arrested, but they can try to go to the police station. Yeah. Even at ESCOM, with the highest voltage, there will be people who try to go and steal wire. So there will always be people who try their luck, but the best thing we can do as SMEs, as business people, is to safeguard yourself from all sorts of processes. There will still be people who try and come in. So you must always have that in place.
Yes. Let me alleviate your fears. International trade is more. Look, I'm saying there is a huge opportunity for SMEs, not only in South Africa, in the whole continent, to eradicate a backlog of $1.8 trillion that has been created as a platform by South African government with the agreements, the trade agreements. Some is supplying of meat. I mean, I used to supply 2 tons of shield beef to India every day. 2 tons of chilled beef. How many cows? 12 to 16 cows a day. We have 2 tons. And the cargo was flying daily to India. So there are different markets looking for different products. For example, you've got macadamia nuts here. They are sorted after global. There is no sufficient supply of macadamia nuts in the global market. India is buying 400,000 kilograms of moringa every month. And you are producing moringa here. And it's the easiest plant ever to grow. Even in your backyard, you can grow it.
I think it's more than ever plant.
Yes, that's true.
Try never
It
done.
takes care of itself.
Yes. So my point, colleagues, is that
I didn't know.
there is a lot to supply to the world. I mean, spinach alone. Yeah. I did a program for NGO in Rustenburg. We got 100 schools to plant spinach. And guess who was our market? The Rustenburg Textile. We were supplying 10,000 bundles every day at 500. I got the schools to employ 2 people who did not work at all to take care of the gardens. They could be paid. We even bought trucks to collect the spinach from all the schools and then supply to the mamas that are working at the Rustenburg Textile. Yes, sir.
While we're on the
Yes, sir.
is it possible for you to explain the concept of escrow?
The escrow account is mainly okay. Let me because it's banking. International banking, they prefer what they call AAA rated banks. These are banks in stable economies. For example, South Africa, our AAA rated banks would be your Standard Bank, your ABSA, your FNB, Rand Merchant Bank, and so forth. Okay? I'm not too sure about Capitec for now. But it's a society. Okay. But because of instabilities, whether political or what, our rating is not up to scratch. Okay? So global markets are not considering to open escrow accounts from a country that's Africa, let alone the other countries in the continent. But in the continent, I know Botswana is the only country that global markets respect. You can't even believe that the escrow account of Old Mutual is in Botswana. The Old Mutual that we are using, their escrow account is in Botswana. So the escrow account is an account that is being preferred by the global markets in transacting in a safe and peaceful environment. We can open an escrow account in Botswana and then get global partners that we are transacting with to transfer the money to our escrow account in Botswana. But that is an account where you can have partners also having access. So let's say we can have 4 countries. We have partners in 4 countries, and all these partners, they have access to the escrow account. So they can transfer their money, and we can transfer it, but they will be agreement in terms of who are receiving.
So when you compare escrow account, this decentralized model of doing things, like how Bitcoin is powered, where every person has equal access to the same information, so you can't tamper with anybody. Is it something similar to that?
Yes, but the difference with escrow account is that you you are not charged banking rates based on that country's rates, bank rates. Yes. So it's an advantage. Okay, colleagues, are we still together? Oh, Master Lady. All right.
Yes, we are.
Oh, okay. All right. Colleagues, thank you very much for just joined us. Raisi, you've been quiet, Raisi. What is wrong?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
And I
I beg yours? Where is not Tilly? Not Tilly, I'm expecting you in class. Where are you? Not Tilly? Not Tilly is not in class. Okay, any other comments, colleagues?
Sir, I'm sorry, sir, I'm at work, but I will come.
Give no Tilly a round of applause. Okay, guys, are we together up to so far?
Yes.
Again, I'm sharing with these things with you. Again, Bosque. Again, Shine. I'm saying it is doable. It is possible. Yeah? So the market size of South Africa is too small for all of us. But the global markets are there for us. Again. Do you normally see the trucks carrying vehicles?
Yes.
Second-hand vehicles from Japan and so on. Yeah? Remember those cars used to drive on our roads? And then we stopped them. Now they are no longer traveling on our road because they are not paying any license. So they are on transit. Remember we are manufacturing cars here. So we are not allowing foreign imports, especially of second-hand. Because that's what you are referring to as dumping. Yeah? So the reason why they were causing a lot of accidents, and they are not registered in this country. So they were on transit. That's why the government then stopped them. So they must be loaded and then port to port. They come through Devon, they go to Lesotho, they go to Swaziland, or they go to Mozambique or Zimbabwe.
It's 10 times more money. Like if they pass through, for example, to Zimbabwe, the fact that they are loaded,
Yes.
they can pay 10 times.
Yes.
So that point is actually 10 to 15 times more than if they were to just pay an amount fee.
Yes.
Pay like when you go to Swaziland or Zimbabwe.
True.
They actually pay more money.
That's true. So it's a revenue stream for us. Okay. But I'm saying, okay, no, yes, no.
So, sorry, sir, I just want to ask you a personal question.
Okay.
Which qualification do you want? Yeah, I would say maybe a junior degree. Let's start with a junior degree because I know you have acquired a lot.
My lowest qualification is human resource management diploma with the Institute of People's Management. Yes. With the degree from the African American University of Cairo, with the degree from traveled to 81 countries worldwide. I stayed in Germany for 2 years, I stayed in Egypt for 2 years, I stayed in Nigeria for 3 years, I stayed in South Sudan for 10 years. Other countries have been doing trade and business with them. You can't believe me, there is a certain Gupta family, not this one, the richest, from India. I mean, I met the MD at the airport in Mauritius, and then we were sitting there in a conversation. He gave me his card, I didn't know that is the largest pharmaceutical manufacturer in the world.
So, can I ask a question? I'm going to forget. Let me forget we talk about it a lot. Is there an import certificate for second-hand tires? I need to find someone can send to me or they've got a lot of them, but maybe they can get like good conditions and then I should inquire if I can get an import certificate for that specific because it can be quite cheap the current amount especially tractors. So is there something like that?
There was an organization called Redisa that was appointed by government to actually work with second-hand tires, both manufacturing like your products such as bitumen, recycling them, and then also importing them because they were getting a biggest market for processing second-hand tires, taking them from the job. It's a sad story. It was a VE company funded car more than 60 million. It collapsed. That money was spent.
The tires you are speaking about, is it
Tires, car tires.
or tires?
Yes. No, tires.
Tires.
Okay. All right, colleagues, we talked about this for the interest of those who just joined us. Active listening, colleagues will share with you. And then I was just at the level where we just touched on these steps on the screen are very important. They should be your drive. Remember we talked about job creation yesterday. Let me paraphrase that. The population plus minus 60 million. Half the population which is 30 million is unemployable. Unemployable for two reasons, either too young or too old. This is half the population. So it means half of the population is employable. Where are they? 11 million are in the formal sector. What is the formal sector? Both private sector and public sector. Where is the rest? 6 million are self-employed. Again, yellow. Yeah? Where is the other 19 million? 70. Where is 13 million is unemployed. So you will even see when they report unemployment, they will only talk about the unemployed. They never talk about the unemployed. Reality that we are facing as a country is that we are living in a country that has got 43 million South Africans without disposable income. How much does it cost to sink one shaft?
Sure.
How much does it cost you if you were to sink a shaft and drill platinum or gold? How much would it cost you? Yes, but what is the lot of money?
Billions.
Yes, how many billions? Okay, let's assume it will cost you 2 billion. Yeah? And then after you operationalize, what is the break-even point? After how long will you recover your 2 billion?
Does it depend on,
18 months.
18 months?
is it not dependent on what you find there? Because you might use that to and you don't find what you do.
I know.
Possibly.
Your prospecting will be wrong.
Yeah, but
This is the logic. You spend 2 billion, yeah? And then the likelihood is that you will break even after 10 years. After 10 years, that's when we recover. And what is the first thing that you do when you are sinking a shaft?
Technical survey.
Yes, once done, that is done. Now you start sinking. Entrepreneurs.
You seek market.
Eh?
Market.
So when you sink in a shaft, you are starting to drill. Again, you've done all the studies, the product, the proof of the product is there, you know the yield and everything. Now you must start the mining operation. What is the first thing that you do? Hmm? You must build accommodation for your employees. Or as one plus. Housing development is the best. Because you're going to recruit people, they should not be far from your operation. So you build housing for them. So if you are recruiting 1,000 employees, you must provide accommodation for 1,000 of them. Before you start making money, they must be here so that they work from closer, proximity to the operation. And then seamless. Then you start putting the infrastructure. So for the 5 years, you are not eating. You are still putting infrastructure. They are getting salary every month. You perhaps get your commercial crop around 6 years.
Sounds like farming macadamias.
Yes. But now, the logic I want to say to you is that this is what I want to advise the government, whether provincial government or local economic development. You rather take 2 billion and invest into 1,000 SMMEs who will not wait for 10 years for break-even. Because if 1,000 SMMEs are empowered with 2 billion, they will make profit the same month. On the 4th month, they will have created the 4th job. So you have empowered 1,000 people. On the 4th month, you've got 4,000 jobs created.
How so?
Okay, answer it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. And sorry for coming late. Otherwise, let me just give a practical example of myself and the business that I'm running. I'm running a fast food outlet and I also start with fruit and veg. So, if I were to get 500,000 like now as investment, and then I would make sure that my equipment and the technology inside and everything is like the setup of the place is top notch to maximize productivity. So that would mean that if now I have an assistant who temporarily works when during those peak seasons we talked about yesterday, then now it means I will need 2 or 3 permanent people to deal with IT, to deal with marketing, to deal with. So now the company is fully functional. I don't have to sit on my phone to take care of the Facebook ads, the WhatsApp, and then I won't have to go and see the market. No, now I will have to delegate. So that's where job creation comes in, because the more the company has to do, the more hands and minds are needed in a nutshell.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
My take on it is 2 billion divided by 1,000 is 2 million entrepreneur. Let's take you, Maron, I'll tell you, who something like the whole world. Now imagine if you can about the fact that you get 2 million more, but you get 2 million. What will 2 million do for the business? When you wake up in the morning, you have 2 million. Which is what they say. So because of needs risking, we already know your customers are over money, production levels are something over. Chances are that 2 million it will go in the first month, which is what you see. So the size and scope of the investment. What we were discussing is if I'm not mistaken, one of the areas that he impeded is access to funding. So he's advocating on this 2 billion, break it amongst 1,000 entrepreneurs. You will see immediate returns. Instead of waiting for 10 years, you get immediate return on investment within the first month. That's why they say. And it's not necessary you have 2 million to spend 2 million. But already you can see from the 2 million, you can hire maybe 1 or 2 people. You get your return on investment. You have greater capacity to have bigger distribution. You hire more people.
And also, if it's 1,000 of us and we each hire 2 people, how many people hire?
2,000.
2,000 people. So that means 2,000 families will have 2 families. Then the economy also starts being active.
But remember, this is our problem. The national question.
The biggest problem, I think, in terms of South Africa's
I've noted too.
approach to this whole thing. Look at Petrus Mutsi. You have concentration of wealth in a few hands. If you have 1 million people, but they have the amount of money, which is almost $2.5 billion US, they'll spend that money in a day. No, so you have 1 million people, divide that by $2.5 billion. That money can be spent in one single day from those people. What does that mean? It means how many groceries are going to be bought, how many items of clothing are going to be bought, socks, how many bills of municipalities will be paid, things of that nature. Petrus Motsebe or Erasu Kuzega toothpaste. So because wealth is concentrated, there's only so much you can spend. So the distribution of money it's not dispersed. And because it's not dispersed, you don't see a better return. When you have a lot of people having access to liquid cash, you have a lot of movement there, goods and services. When charity is concentrated in the hands of a few, everything is stagnant. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, and now my take is that we've got 43 million people without discrimination. So that's the big. So now what I believe is that with the forthcoming diplomatic campaign, we have one of the largest markets. So that means, from my own point of view, is we're going to need a training in terms of management, because now that the 2 million is coming, we're going to need a training from the
No, Chief, the 2 million is not coming.
I'm not saying that.
No, colleagues, I did not say. I'm on record. I did not say 2 million is coming. I was giving an example. No, he's on record saying that 2 million is coming.
Okay, there's not coming.
But listen,
No, but
I
it's
said,
not
when I spoke of 2 million, I said imagine if you are given 2 million.
and
The operating
now,
word there is imagine.
no, but when I said the option of mining a shaft
Yeah.
as compared to empowering
SME.
SMEs.
He would advise. You said I would advise.
And then I said,
government.
I will advise.
Yeah.
That's my point. Now, this man says 2 million is coming.
It's coming.
Okay, let's imagine 2 million is coming to
Yeah.
all of us, all entrepreneurs.
Yes.
I think that will make a difference because most of us, we've got businesses that are running, but the problem is the capital. So
Yes.
I'm saying, imagine that is coming to us as a capital injection. Then it means with that diplomatic cafe, that will give us access to the big market. Then it means that we can produce whatever we are producing in our respective sectors. Then we can supply to the world.
We will stop imports,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
We will stop imports. Imports are coming because we are not producing enough, isn't it? Yes. So, colleagues, this is very, very critical for us to start. There's a bank in Bangladesh called the Grameen Bank of Bangladesh. Have you heard about it? No. The Grameen, write it down.
All I know about Bangladesh is that we produce clothing.
Yes. Now, the bank manager of Grameen Bangladesh doesn't stay in the office. This bank only provides loans to the SMEs, only women, and who are into agriculture. So what they do is, the bank manager every day is in the field with these women, monitoring them. If you buy a bicycle, you will take it back. You say, this is not what you said you want the money for. Grameen, yes. Grameen Bank of Bangladesh. So you must look at the model. The founder came to South Africa when Mandela was still alive. He came to give a lecture. One of the Mandela lectures was provided by him. He's got a very successful model on banking for SMEs. And the repayment is 98% of the loans. And they are only borrowing you input loans. And that's why.
Default. 2% default.
Yes.
My other question would be, is it similar to what Nigeria is doing in terms of NISA?
Remember, the Grameen is only on women, for women. Yes, and I said it's for everybody. They call it bank for the poor. Are we together, Thomas and Gary? Friday, people want to dance.
We must advise them. We must advise them on
Now,
But they
before
took
was
it.
2 million. You giving advice means 2 million.
Guys, yesterday we talked about the product knowledge package, presentation, personality, and perseverance. Again, what did we mean by perseverance? When we said, as an entrepreneur, you need to persevere, for your product to persevere. What did we mean? Yes, sir.
That we accept failure and then go once again.
Again. Consistency. Here I want people to be consistent. There's no difficult time in entrepreneurship. It's only tough times. And then what happens to tough times? They don't last. They never last. Tough people do last, but tough times never last. How many tough situations have you gone through in your life? When you started to SAP, they said, SAP is difficult. You went to SAP. Somebody said, SAP is difficult. You went to Territory. Again, you went to Metri. They've been saying, it's tough. It's tough, what you've been going through. Isn't it? Okay. So that is what we do. Personality. Your product must have a personality. What do you mean?
Must be distinct.
Must be distinct. I don't see why this man is not resuscitated in the airport. After this class, I don't see him. Let me give you an advice. You've all been to school again. Ronan area school, my teacher are not very clever, but by the trip there to Cape Town. Is it top or it doesn't next? And then we will pay and go to Cape Town. But you check, what did we learn? Nothing. The metric dances, but now I have any hash go school. Hash, they will come back. Go school, just to show off. Isn't that an opportunity to change the mindset? Once I was still running a tourism consulting company, one school said to me, they want me to do a metric test for them. A school in Banskra. What I did, I said to them, all those matriculants, likelihood is that they are going to a tertiary institution in Pretoria County or Johannesburg. So I booked for the matriculants to be inside Pretoria Zoo. For the first time, Pretoria Zoo would allow, they allowed me and my group to be in the zoo until 12 midnight. Normally they close at 5. So I said, I'm giving you business. We do a Pretoria Zoo in the morning. During the day, I show these kids around the institutions of higher learning in Pretoria. And then at 6 o'clock when we close, we use the hall for the award ceremony and everything, and the speeches and everything. We will leave the zoo by 12 midnight. And guess what? Boom. They agreed. But the impact that was done by that metric test, it was the first of its kind, it was a special one, and when I checked back, 95% of the kids who passed metric that year went to tertiary institutions in Pretoria. I managed to expose them to the nightlife to see what is happening when you are in Pretoria. I showed them the people that street there, the street corner to say, this is also part of the industry. But these kids had an exposure of the real life that they are going to confront. Now, how many schools are in Limpopo? Don't say a lot. Number.
What schools?
Just
schools.
Let's all the schools. All the schools. I can assure you that there are more than 3,000 schools.
Only in Limpopo?
Yes.
Yes.
I can assure you there are more than 3,000 schools in Limpopo. How many of those schools are going to Durban every year?
Less than 50.
Okay. Assuming there's less than 50, I wanted from the transport guys. And how many per school out of the 50 are going?
60 plus.
Okay, 60 a pass. Now 60 times 50, how many? 3,000. So that means 3,000 rooms are going to be booked in Durban. And the likelihood is that they work at the same period. Can you hold this as a How many buses can ferry 3,000 kids? 50 buses. Who owns 50 buses in the book? They own 50 buses each.
Such buses.
They do have great one, they do have Mother Village.
Great North is
Guys, I'm trying to say to you if you were to organize a tour for the school kids and talk to teachers to stop becoming tour operators and giving to the people who can package tours. Imagine if you alone you are going to negotiate for 3,000 dollars. What discounts are you going to make? 50 buses, what discounts are you going to make? Your profit.
It's actually scary. 9 years ago, I proposed that thing as first student of TTO. The idea is we have 6 campuses. So 3 at distance, Purwan, Bella, Martin. And then when you get to Pretoria, you have 7 faculties. So you take 1 bus per faculty. So we're expecting plus minus 600 students. The estimated budget for the entire process, I think it was 3.5 million to take these people. The idea is for them to go see the direct report. It was one of the things that I highlighted. Shaka Marine, where they deal with the question of Vosela issue, hydroelectric power plant. These are some of the items that are isolated. And there is, I forget the exact name, but there is a sanctuary. It's one of a kind on the coast of Isimangaliswa. So those are the things that I highlighted. On this day, we're doing this.
There was an itinerary.
That was my thought process, but inside the university environment.
Yes.
And for me, it wasn't a difficult exercise because you have 7 faculties, you have academic HODs, and a lot of people are not aware that the Department of Higher Education pays every individual academic department money for academic course. And the majority of these academic departments, the money goes back to national treasury because it's never used.
Oh.
No, it's a fact. Every time one campus run as an academic, no, it's fact. It is. Even now. Remember, every time there is an academic talk, your studies as a registered student, like say in this university, the money that you are paying over the counter is not the total fee. Government is subsidizing. That's why international students pay a higher premium than you because they are not subsidized.
So you must tell us, where is that effort going to be?
My main focus was on public transport.
Airport is public. What is private about the airport?
No, Chief. All right. We talked about presentation. What do you mean when we said you must be capable of presenting your product, about yourself, about your environment, about the neatness of your product again as it goes into the market. Packaging, the same, and then product knowledge. I'm delving much on the product knowledge. Again, I've unpacked creativity and innovation, guys. So you are ready to complete your POEs. What is that you don't understand in your work? Tendency of learners is that when the other facilitator comes, they say, that diamond has a now don't tell that to. Human society is Okay.
Can I have your here? When I beg,
Where is yours?
I like to keep for this like that.
So you want that one?
Yes, I'm doing that one.
No, sir. It doesn't work like that. Any questions, colleagues, emanating out of your way on what we've touched?
So what are the steps that an entrepreneur can do follow in order to access international market? Because I'm asking this question because last year I was I almost was scammed by this online people and I happened to be tempted at the same time to them. But before I did it, I went to the seek advice, so you asked me not to receive the money from these people. So they told me that there are some of the people in mind. Unfortunately, they did not tell me to do. They are saying it's not their place to tell me to advise me about such things. They just advise me to take the money to the So my question is actually, what is it that we have to do in order to get actually to sell our products to the international market?
Okay. Who has ever ordered from Alibaba? Okay. Did you get your product? Did you get your money back?
Yes,
Did you get your product? Did you get your money back? What happened?
The thing is, we were ordering goods.
What?
Goods.
Alcohol. From China.
It wasn't from China.
It was from where?
It was African.
Yeah.
So, the problem was lack of agent information. So, we paid, and then we made a courier without telling us we need to pay insurance. So when the goods was on the way, the insurance company contacted us, and then they said that we need to pay insurance, and insurance was more like it's more like the money that we pay. So which we couldn't afford to pay because we want to pay it, and they can't take the goods back. Yeah, that's it.
I can tell you that is not right. It was a scam.
How much did you pay?
It was a scam.
How much did you pay? 15K.
Oh.
How many quotations did you get when you had a proposal? 80. I think I was, but like all sometimes.
Alibaba has got a personality, guys. Jack Ma, when he started Alibaba, he made sure that Alibaba has got a personality. My sister regularly buys from Alibaba. She gets her products. They include insurance.
Yeah, that's
And then secondly, I tried once, and there was a delay. I cancelled the order. I received back the money. Yes. The reason why I'm asking about about Alibaba, and I'm coming to address the issue of international trade. 2 years ago, on Black Friday, Alibaba made $10 billion profit in 1 hour. And they are not manufacturing anything. They sell people's goods on their platform. They collect the money, they place orders with you, they pay you, you deliver. And they are in charge of the value chain. Yeah? Now, it has a reputation. There's a new one called TTO. People are complaining about it, and they haven't got their acts together. Now, depending on what are you buying online, you must check the registration of that organization you are buying from. Yes, there's Wish, but you get fishers, people who are fishing. Their biggest fish pond is Facebook. Don't do business on Facebook. Majority of fishing is done on Facebook.
No, I think the problem there is when they are making ads, because this advertisement is either through listing on Facebook. So
Yes.
you can create a similar platform, just like a demo, for example, using a different extension. Let's say demo is at demo.com, but I can use demo.co.za. Just to be closer to the real name, and then I'll use the same branding.
Yes.
Right, so it's just an e-commerce platform, so and then I can create an e-commerce platform.
Yes.
So I create the same branding, same everything. The different, maybe I can use the extension, the domain extension. So when you go there, everything looks the same, but you don't check if ever it is .com
Yes.
or .co.za. Most of the time, most of the hackers, they use this funny extension, .mx, whatsoever. You never find those somewhere. So those ones, they are reaching you on the scammer side. So, but if you are working on, if you know the extension, if it's gem.com, if it's oxl.com, it will never go somewhere else.
Then coming to doing trade online, what you need to be cautious for is getting legitimate sites that you can trade with for verification purposes. For example, if I want to do trade with Limpopo, I will first check the listings with Limdev. Yeah? And then they will tell me that indeed this company is legitimate and it is registered. And if I have a local person to do the verification physically, I will also contact that person to do verification for me physically. But the biggest is the quality assurance done by a laboratory. For example, whatever you are buying, get a spec of it so that you are ordering the correct thing. And then for you to be able to get it, agree with the supplier. You say, I want your products to get the report, so take it to this laboratory, and then they must send me the report. And then you know that it has been verified, that the laboratories are big. For example, SGS is global. Fraser Alexander is global. So they will test the product and they will give you assurance. Some you also check the platforms that are the payment gates. You understand? The payment gates also issue a warning. For example, if you are going to use PayPal, PayPal will warn you. But also, cybercrime, you must be alert of cybercrime. It's your responsibility as an entrepreneur to to check and verify. Because the people who are doing cybercrime are some of them are psychologists. They know that your thinking is not lateral, and you believe anything that you see. So it is very, very important to note those things. I always get scammers sending requests to me, and at face value, I know this is a scam. Are we together? All right. Anything on your webbook that you want us to talk about? What we are going to do, we're not going to do your QE today. I've requested that we must do it because the last week's group did not do. We are going to do it on one day. So we are going to dedicate a day where we are going to do all the QEs. So we will come specifically for that day. We are not going to have learning on that day. It will be, there's a team that is going to come from Johannesburg that will sit with everyone because we want you to pass your MOU, your QE. I said MOU.
Yeah, we are about to get excited. Where there's no understanding, there is money.
Okay, Sheila?
Thank you, Prof. Prof, we've been battling to get an SGS certified laboratory around Limpopo. Do we have any green lights on where one should go to?
I will check for you and I will let you know.
Oh, thank you, Prof.
And then there's one guy from Limpopo that I know that he also started the laboratory, and SGS was afraid that he's going to beat them from the business, and they partnered with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I know he's from Group, and I will just check his contact because his laboratory, actually SGS bought 50% into his company and they created SGS laboratory.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll appreciate that info, Doc.
Okay.
Thank you, Prof.
All right.
Thank you.
What else? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, there is actually a website whereby you can check if the domain of a certain company is legitimate. So the website is called Whois. There are a lot, but the one that I always use is Whois. Then if you can just check Whois, and then you can check on which company was created, when, by who, then where it originated.
Yes.
Then in that way you'll be able to know the company's the domain that you're using is legitimate.
Awesome. Give me a round of applause.
Yeah, so this is a local Yeah, and then the other thing about those ones, the emails that we are using to send you when they're sending this information, the wrong information. Even on my emails, so when I do supply those kind of things, like the email marketing, if you want email marketing to send a bulk of mail. Yeah, so some of the people, they might use those kind of stuff like for different purposes, right? But not for them, because of I'm dealing with those things I supply. I don't mind if ever want to send them for one. So the emails, when you are receiving an email, you have to verify. Guard those extensions, because if you check out some of the companies, like for government, every extension in government, .gov. Let's say a tender document coming from Department of .co.uk. It doesn't make sense. If you know about this thing, you can just say, oh, no, this cannot be. So you just have to follow the extension. You have to know the extension. Even on the email, if you receive the email from what the government at C.Z. You can see, no, it will never be a government issue. So you have to know the extension, or if it's government, you just to finish it. Well,
And colleagues, let me advise you, but when we deal with the module on tendering, there's a lot of fraud and scams around tender adverts. Ne? For example, they will advertise a tender that looks like genuine from Anglo-American. And they will say they want this machine, and they name the name of the machine. And they give you a specification of this machine. And then before they do that, they have created a website of a company in East London. When they target you here, they make sure that the company is far, so that you don't need to go there. So when you Google the specification, you find that the only supplier is that company in South Africa. And from there, they say to you, you inquire, or they even advise you to say you can get the product where. And they tell you that there are only two left. When you inquire from those guys, they tell you there are only two left. Put a deposit for us to secure it. Maybe that machine is 400,000. You put 200,000. Tomorrow that website is off.
So here I have an example that I just used that one. So I have a request for quotation that they just sent. Obviously it goes to the spam, so I know I can identify those things. So the message shows that they are looking to, for a buyer and deliver also everything. They have their spec there, down there. When you go there, their product, they already make a platform where you can where you are going to get those products.
Yes.
And then there is a payment gateway that will allow you to pay everything. So then once you pay them, they receive them and then they switch off the website.
Yes.
They can even leave the website to run.
Yes. And I've seen, even foreigners, they've got scams that they do. They will tell you about the money that was left by the soldier that must come to South Africa. There's a pin that must be done that.
Use HP whatsoever.
Yes. So our people, because they like quick things and money, they fall prey into those things.
Because they would say there's a company in your input with the same application.
Yes.
Why did you ask for my details if you know that I
Imagine. And imagine that person is in Mali.
Mali.
And you know that there is no police in Mali.
That he was very many years ago.
Yeah, he was a soldier and he died there, and government has got money. So they want you to be there to claim that money.
Yeah, there was this other group called Yahoo guys. I don't know.
Yahoo Boys.
Yeah, Yahoo Boys. I don't know if you know about those ones. Have you ever heard about those groups? Yeah, they were trending.
Very dangerous.
What did they do?
They were based in Dubai. Their boss was called Hash Papi.
Yeah, he's arrested now.
Yeah, they had a network from all over the world. They will hack a system. They will even hack lawyers and check an invoice of $1.something million that must be paid. And they change their account details and they send back to the lawyer to say we change the account to play the money into this.
Yeah, they make billions with these guys.
But now I think it's all about you being an entrepreneur because you have to understand the economy and everything around us is evolving.
True.
Try by all means to be with the standard, everything like the artificial intelligence, the digital tool that we have. I mean, there are a lot of things that we can do ourselves, but because we are not on that level, we understand everything, then we end up being scammed by lousy people by I mean, there's no way you can send an email that I don't know anything about and then I'm scammed. I'm an entrepreneur. Like that one is very true. Like you start there. No one must just call you and say, hey, Kinyaka, what, and then when you jump to a conclusion just because they talked about money. You just have to be very vigilant about these things as an entrepreneur, especially as a small medium enterprise.
True. There are many ways. Some will ask you for a quotation.
Exactly. They always do that.
And they pay you.
Yeah.
But they pay you more. Let's say your quotation was 40,000. And then they pay 90,000.
Yeah.
And then they send you an account to say refund the 50,000.
We made a mistake.
We made a mistake. And after you refund the 50,000, even that 40,000 is no more. You know, so people must just be vigilant. I've advised quite a lot of people who thought I was jealous for them. They believed it was a genuine business. Some lost 1.5 million. One boy, his father used to own a filling station, a shop, and a bottle store. They clapped him for 350,000 rand in Pretoria. They won a tender from the Department of Home Affairs, so-called Department of Home Affairs.
Even if you don't understand some things, you just have to ask others who knows whatever you will.
Yeah.
Let's say it's something that has to do with law. Ask someone, pay the lawyer who will help you.
You just said something.
Yes,
I
you are
wanted
right.
to say I almost got scammed into the COVID.
Yes.
What happened is I had a lot. I was in between a lot of buyers and a lot of seekers or sellers. So somebody said they want masks, and this person I know them. So I
N90.
So I was in a group of guys who would change.
Yes.
So what he just said to me is whenever So we got there, the guys said, okay, where are you? I told them I'm they said, okay, this garage.
Oh, with the control. Yeah.
So that specific place and I got there, we met and greet each other, greeted each other. Then they said, okay, let's go there. The warehouse here is deep, so it wasn't that far. Got onto the highway, then they were in front of the mistake they made was they were. So there was another company actually close to the garage. Then they were like getting everything. They were just so we drove. As we were driving on the R21, I'm busy checking my mirror with that car, but it just keeps 2-3 cars in between us in the car. So these guys, as they were driving in, when I realized, man, this area we are taking into, I know a lot of people are taking cars. They deploy to that specific area. It's only these big warehouses. So they keep you there until your pockets are empty. Then they give you and take whatever you want. So as the guys went on off-ramp, so I just made sure that this car here is closer. Then they thought that I was going to take that off-ramp. As we took the left, then I took the right. Actually, I drove faster because there was another car coming. Then I went, I could see when they wanted to, but there was no way they could leave the other end to where I was going. Because the person I was with also is Robert White. He knew that place.
Robert White.
Yeah, he knew the place for it. If they take you there, they pick you up. You are never, either you are never going to come out alive or you will just come out empty. So if you want to go and verify, make sure that wherever they are taking, if you start, they start saying let's go to the garage. They don't say come to our premises at this specific place in time. You must know it's a scam.
Yeah, scam is serious. I got scammed 12,000 last month. Someone, I was speaking to this friend of mine. She's actually a friend in the TTO. So we were speaking about other things during the day. But in the evening hours, my phone got scammed. I mean, hacked. So the conversation continued. So as the conversation continued, I did not even realize it was a scam or a famous. So in the morning, she called me, or the number was open, and then when I actually picked it up, no one was speaking. They dropped the phone and then they texted me. So they told me about jobs that were actually there at the municipality, the city. And then I happened to ask many questions as to who's the person that I must contact. Because I was speaking to, I thought I was speaking to the person I know. So that person said, can you please, she actually told me about a job. So I got 2 brothers and 1 sister, all of them were married. So I said, okay, let me just give you money for this, so that you can take them to that place. So later that day, after sending money, she told me that I must tell them to go and do the tax clearances and so forth. So they did so. They gave them to the town, and they did all those things, and they lost all their documents. So just after sending that money, when I told that person to actually go and meet those people, that person was nowhere to be found. But I think the dumbest thing that person did was to give me the correct the personal account number. Because if it wasn't the account number, I would have sent the money. Because she said, there's this person I know. She's this person is the municipal manager. And then please send money to them and they will assist. So
imagine what a foolish municipal manager can send you things.
And how they hacked them.
No, let it finish.
Yeah, so later that day, when they were coming back from town, because that person said, no, tell them to come tomorrow at 9. And they're going to make camp and so forth. So I told these people to come back, and they said, you must go back again tomorrow. So as they were on their way back, so then someone just sent a voice note. Guys, can you please give me this person's number, his new number, because that number is being hacked. So that's when I realized, I sent money to the person. 12,000 on the 21st of last month. So I went to
welcome to the club.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I went to the capital. They are launching. I mean, they are launching the complaint and so forth. So they advised me to go to the police station.
So open this.
Yeah. So even today, I haven't got them. So today's day is the 21st. I'm going to because it's possible. But the details of that person are there. Capital gave me the names of that person, but they did not want to give me the full details. They just told me that this is the discussing case. Yes, I do.
You get everything about that person, address, who they are.
Yes, because police are also.
Okay. You have your hand up, sir.
Yes, I wanted to add on the issue of where do these people get our information, or maybe be almost relevant to what we are doing so that we can just get in without checking the text. So we are told by almost all the agencies, funding agencies, that you need to be registered with CSD. So CSD is more like a government body, and then it's easily hacked. It's easily accessible because government, they don't put their security measures online up to spread. So that's where these people fish, they get our information, because they will say that even your supplier, if you want us to help you acquire goods or services from other suppliers, make sure that they are CSD compliant. So they play around that database, and they can see about the English. We've got, for example, 10 companies, poultry or maybe tourism. So they design that scale to fit the needs of those SMMEs, so they can easily just jump in without checking if that thing is legit or not. And some of our phones are not smart enough to detect a spam that comes into the form of email. So it's very important to check with these local agencies. Maybe in Tanzania we have GTEDA. So if I get an email requesting me to supply, then I can first check with them. Guys, do you know these kind of people? Can you check for me, since you have a better equipment, if ever their offer is legit, and then they advise as such. Like a day before yesterday, I got an invitation that I was supposed to attend at Hotel Tanzania. These guys, their entity excuse me. When you have an order, let's say you need to supply the city with stationery, it's worth 2 million. Then the university gives you that purchase order, and then you go to them, they pay and everything. So whatever is left, they take their cut, then they bring you the profit. So it's basically about that process.
Yes.
So I got the message via WhatsApp. Then it raised my mind. What kind of invitation is this? Via WhatsApp. Then I checked with them. So they said, no, it's legit. We also got the invitation. So we're going to be part, but not facilitate, just to witness. So it's always important to check the legitimacy of such invitations.
Yes. Don't say it's luck that you are getting the order. As an entrepreneur, you must always be vigilant, because there are other entrepreneurs who are in another space, who are targeting you, looking you as a market, and you are their business, you are their captive market. And Baro Lashi.
So they are selling liability.
Yes. Yes. All right. I just want us to finish on your webpage. Any other thing that you want us to touch on? We've touched on virtually everything, and then like I'm saying, guys, I don't want tomorrow when Colin is coming next week, and then you say no, that man did not touch base with us on these other topics. Topic 2, determine the role of innovation in the development and growth of a human. Defining innovation, we touched it again. You know how to define innovation. Entrepreneurship and innovation, you know what is the role of innovation in entrepreneurship. Types of innovation. Types of innovation. No, types of innovation. Agri innovation can come as a result of a new idea. Again, yes, those are the types of innovation. To get your first idea, you remember how you got your first idea again. your business idea. And I've shared with you, I've spent time on dealing with the evolution of an idea. Remember when there was a huge debate around loaning your business the money? Again, where other people were saying, yes, but you have gone past that stage. But I said, as long as you didn't repay that money, you are still owing, the business is still owing you. So make sure that you clear that cycle. Techniques aimed at identifying a business opportunities. What are the techniques? What are techniques that you can use to identify business opportunities? How are you going to identify the business opportunities? Through what I've been sharing with you, the business opportunities. I mean, I just said to you about the airport, isn't it? What are techniques that you can use to identify business opportunities?
The location. Just check for the location.
Yes, sir.
Networking.
Networking is important. Attend exhibitions. Again, industry-specific exhibitions, so that you can meet with your counterparts. Not only in South Africa, I gave you an example yesterday that in tourism you've got the World Travel Market. It's an annual exhibition that happens in London every year, every November. The WT, that is called the WTM, the World Travel Market. The ITP happens in Germany, in Berlin, in Messe, every February. And the tourism in Durban happens in Durban every May. Okay. So you've got the transport sector exhibitions, you've got agricultural exhibitions, and so forth. Very, very important. Isn't it? Apply principles and practice of innovation to develop and growth of a new venture. We talked about lateral thinking again. We're talking about putting innovation to work in your business. Let's reflect. And then I want every one of you to tell, just prepare for 5 minutes. You're putting innovation to work in your business. As individuals, putting in your workbook, what are you going to do to put innovation to work for you? What are you going to do for your business to do innovation, to put innovation to make it work for you? 5 minutes.
something from the
Okay,
bank.
guys, I want to answer this question. Let's ask this one instead of this practice. You're correct. We have read about putting innovation to work in our business. Here there is a very responsible as we go from so it wasn't working for them, so we gave him some advice that for them to make money, they should really manage how to do activities and testing, right? And then you can see instead of asking how you can help them, they change to have you ever been here before, which gives the client a chance to give you an honest answer. Because if they've not been here before, you are easy to say, can I introduce you to this new thing that we got in store? If they've not,
I don't know.
Yes. Come on. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. I'm stolen. I'm kidnapped. Give me like that.
It's not me.
We are programmed or we have made a new product for people who have not been here, who have an experience of this that we offer. If they fit here, there's a promotion for you because you know, there's a new product. There's a new product. So there should always be something, whether the person has heard or not heard about your product, you should have a way to introduce the product to them. So they are saying in 5 minutes, prepare something that you are going to change in your business so that you should capture the client to make it safe.
So the question is 5 minutes and what?
Right, how you are going to put innovation to work in your business.
In terms of sales or in
So that sales whatever is
yeah?
sales product.
How are you going to improve your business using innovation? For me now, I want to improve my sales because I want to make money. We are in business to make money, guys. I can't spend so much money to watch my
I'm not even ready for presentation for the first time. But I'm not ready for this presentation. I don't know which one to start. I don't know which one to start.
On this specific point, you're already putting innovation to work in your business or like the whole presentation.
You know, my brother.
What you offer?
I'm manufacturing this product.
Something organic for production. So you're not going to change. Are you making what business?
Yeah, I'm making
What kind of job?
it's very good question. I'm 1.6.
So I already my things.
1.6 total professor. Yeah.
It's not behaving like a very expensive bike.
Yes.
Not buy.
Not to project a skill.
I'm joking when
I want to project.
They learn open course of some
Okay, no, that's enough. I'm asking that you have said to me when you're making enough sense. So have you, the money that we put in making all of this, you covered it and then you're still making more. And you are satisfied with the level. I don't know this product is the first time I see it.
I know.
You know, but you are aware that there's people who don't know your product and you're still giving it what they're
I'm not kidding. It's something of an. What is young? It's really very utility materials. Specifically, the girl supplied code or is an engineering company. I don't want to tell you how much it is. Engineering company that are in
Our boat is where it looks like it's
hey, look, they could put my China things.
you are coming exactly where I want you.
My China thing, the better registration that I did.
I don't know what your registration is for internet to run by where I look back.
They want to do one thing.
Only one time, so you have to apply an innovative way for you to outrun your competition. That's what this thing is saying.
Or maybe just to add to your line of business, you're saying you're supplying cleaning schools. Okay, so maybe the innovative approach you could use. Then let's take Mandela Day for example, and then with those cleaning chemicals, or what do you call it? Cleaning chemicals. Yes. So you can approach NGOs that maybe are run or maybe are youth development NGOs. Okay? So you say, guys, I've got this much of my products that I want to get them known out there, and I want to partner with you on this specific day. I've identified 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 schools or clinics or whatever premises that premises that maybe accommodate a certain number of people, not less than 100 people. You want to get your product known, and then those people you will be working with on that day, they're gonna be wearing your tees, and then with your product, your contact details, everything. It's you on that day. But what are you doing? You are giving back to the community even before they can give you the money for you to give them back. So that's an innovative idea that you can market practically your products at hand. Both your products, and then what to them, or okay, fine. Now that we are going to clean this post, we are going to put this uniform representing my company. Whatever is left from what we are going to use, you are going to keep it to your respective organizations again. And then you will be waiting for the results. When those things get used up, and then you don't get a call for them to be refilled or to order, so you can now supply them, then that's when you get to see why is it that people are not impressed with my products, even after they get them for free? Why what? But that it's a calculated risk that you took, because you didn't just take the whole of your stock. You planned that 6 months ago that by this time I'm gonna be doing this.
Yeah.
So I think Prof is just asking for those innovative ways that we're not even sure if they're gonna give positive results, but they can be used in order to promote and improve our business.
Yeah, what are opportunity Now from my own point of view, from my own market analysis, I realize that especially cleaning materials, people are loyal to the quality, not necessarily the price.
Yes.
That's why even today, sunlight is the making.
Yeah, very grateful woman.
Anyway, I think
Yeah,
it's already done.
Good move.
It's done.
Now then we shall recommend that you first present that.
It's not fair.
You can't do that.
Brother, you can't.
That's your this man.
So with the issue of price, then
What is the issue here?
you don't have to lower it, you don't have to meet the Chinese standard. You produce what you produce at your own cost, and then you have your own price. That is the idea.
Okay, fine. What do you
That's what it is.
What do you do? What do you do? What is your business?
I'm manufacturing this product.
Challenge. Okay. Please,
Yeah, my idea is around
Listen.
a bed and breakfast concept in near the Villa area. I've repeated this and you will hear it again. You see that Pala area?
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm from Mukubiani. Mukubiani, just behind it, you have a number of game lodges. Being a new operator will come with its own set of challenges. My innovative idea is the use of online platforms in order to reduce administrative costs. If you have a platform whereby guests, when they book themselves in, so that you reduce the number of employees and it takes down your overheads as a consequence. They come in, they see the facility, they are booked in. But in order for you to get greater traction, one of the things I would aspire to do is to have 50 to 70% occupancy of the rooms.
Let's go back. Now I want to hold directly. Where will we get the land? And then where will we get the money to build this?
The land, my tribal setup, there is a specific 100-hectare area that I have permission to use.
Okay. Where are you going to get the money to build a guest house?
The money for me to get the guest house, I was working on that in terms of farming. Because when you farm, within 3 to 6 months, you have an immediate return.
Okay.
And you use that money, if your business is registered, you take resources from there, invest in property. There are tangible benefits in investing in property because you get tax incentives. For instance, if a building like this, you get a tax incentive of 5% depreciation, whereby they reduce the income tax you're supposed to pay, purely because you are doing that. Now you take money from farming that you're supposed to be taxed on, but if you take the money and reinvest it in a business, technically there is no profit. Therefore, me and tax don't agree. There's no tax. You reinvested this particular money into a venture, which generally, when it comes to property, it will appreciate over time. So I'm leveraging.
Let me take you a step back. And I want to make this interactive, colleagues, so that you understand where I'm trying. This man has got access to 100 hectares of land. Logic tells me there might be wild grass, which is thatch roof, in that land. He can get 20 school kids who are interested in entrepreneurship and take them to teach them on how to harvest thatch roof. get 20 cycles, go and harvest that vegetable. Put bundles together. Let us say out of 100 hectares, they get 20,000 bundles. A bundle is 10 rand. You can't sell grass when you don't have it. You must first go cut it and stockpile it, then go to the market and say, I've got 20,000 bundles of tissue. They will buy it the following day. You will now have 200,000 bundles out of the grass that is lying fallow. You get the same kids, you give them incentive, they stockpile stones for you for free. Then you buy, out of the 200,000, you buy cement and cement, and you build your guest house. And you go cut grass again to thatch it, to roof it. How much money did you need to start that business? Zero.
May not specifically how I was going to overcome that specific area. I spoke to local economic development MMC. We're in constant communication.
Yes.
Because they have it's gravel. So
yes.
They have earth moving equipment. Come debush, but the debushed trees, you chop them into firewood. That is packaged. Same thing you were saying, sales.
Yes. So my point is, sometimes you don't remove the thing that you need money to start a business. Innovation says, how do I use what is available here to fund my business and venture? Give him a round of applause. Let me hear the next one. I'm interested to hear about the airport.
No, I'm putting this in the office.
Okay. Yes,
Ladies must lead.
yes, how innovative. But you just help me, guys. Okay.
I'm going to do the homework, but I actually need help.
Okay, awesome.
Yes, I'm just going to try. We just have to show that we've understood.
That is correct.
So, according to this concept of putting innovation in
Your business. Yes.
It's about changing how you run your things so that you bring change in terms of, for me, it's sales, because
yes.
that's what's important. I can't be in business and not make sales.
Yes.
So for me, I have a product called self-sealing tire technology.
Self-sealing
tire technology.
Self-sealing tire.
Yes.
Okay.
The product works to prevent tire punctures and slow punctures. So when you drive, you find spikes. We put the product inside the tire.
Yes.
So automatically, when you drive over the spikes, it seals itself. So what's inside there that seals the tires is tire itself. The recycled tire, they crush it, remove the wires, and then leave it to be, particles, fine particles, and then they are the ones that seals the whole permanently in time, so it doesn't go outside itself. So because it's a new product in the market, a lot of our black community, they don't really believe in such things. So I need to actually introduce it to them because they are the ones who actually suffer a lot in the villages. But I also have a specific market that I want to penetrate, which is the trucking and buses, fleets and industry, because that's where they actually have a downtime problem. If they've got flat tires, they can't move specific products. So which also affects.
And the taxes, why you forget the taxes?
The taxes, they don't want to pay. I'll tell you the story of the taxes. The taxi guys don't want to pay. So I actually came up with a concept for the taxi guys to say, because you don't want to pay immediately. You say you don't have money, but you are collecting money every day.
Yes.
So what I do for them is I speak with the taxi association. They have a concept where they can speak to their lawyer, they create a form, and then when a person wants to install the product or even buy tires, they come with a form from the association. Then I give them 30 days to pay. If they don't pay, I go to the association, they stop the taxi from operating because at that specific time he has paid more than I've given them.
Yes.
So, but I also need this other markets because it's a bit dicey for me to penetrate. Sometimes there's gatekeepers. Sometimes.
Have you compared nitrogen and your product?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Nitrogen is air, and my product is a liquid. It's in liquid form.
Oh, okay.
It also has an element of nitrogen because it keeps your tires cool as you drive. So nitrogen is an indirect competitor.
Okay.
It doesn't stop your tires from having a hole of the air coming.
It stops the tire burst.
It reduces the risk of tire burst.
Okay. Yours seals.
So mine seals the hole that you actually get when you go on over a spike.
Okay.
Yes.
How much is this thing?
Depends on the tire size.
Okay, 17 inch 225 because I paid 200 rand when I came from Botswana 3 weeks ago. It had 3 holes, which actually is 60 rand per hole.
So your tires are 200. So that 200 times 4 is 800 rand. Then the product has 45 years of life. So you have like a whole 2-3 years of peace of mind.
And then warranty? How long is your warranty?
My warranty is 6 months. Why 6 months? Depending on how much you travel. Because other people travel a lot, like he's always on the road. I can't give this guy a year warranty because
but if you trust that your product
I'm confused.
Okay,
I have
my
3 years
product,
of peace of mind, warranty 6 months.
Yeah.
Because other people.
You are at war with your product.
No, I'm not. Unless if I don't understand what warranty means.
No. You are saying warranty 6 months, but may not get 3 years peace of mind.
I'm saying
shelf life of 5
the
years.
product's shelf life is 5 years. It doesn't expire until 5 years, right? They produce it today, it's got 5 years, I can put it in the tires. But how you drive your car, I have no control.
Yeah.
I have no control of how far you go at night. When I'm sleeping, I don't know whether you come back.
You're spinning your car.
And the roads that you travel, I cannot say to you, can put the product in your tires. Please do not go to Zanin because Zanin is, you understand, you are the one who decides where to go. So because of how you drive, it's your own behavior as a driver. I've driven my tires for the past 2 years.
Really?
They finished and then I changed it and I put the product in. I have not. When I changed my tire, I found 4 distinctive Tilikamukar. They were just sitting there. They were just sitting there.
I don't know the reality of the car. I bought these tires and
What is so amazing about
no, it's not amazing. It is my behavior as a driver. Responsibility.
Responsibility.
I'm a responsible.
You don't travel alone.
I'm a responsible driver. No, there's, you see the.
Okay, no, thank you very much. Give a round of applause. We'll talk about innovation. How can you take it into the market?
Oh, yeah. currently I have 2 products with me. It's okay. Let me ask you a question first. Do you like cleaning this product, feces, like after cooking? Do you like cleaning an person shit? You don't like cleaning, and then do you like cleaning your children, like the baby? It's disgusting. But what if there's a diaper which cleans for you? All you have to do is to pull ropes and then it cleans everything for you, and then glisten 95% plus for you within a minute.
Wait, all we have to do is what?
Okay. Let's say an adult person at the hospital, you have nurses there. So the nurses at the hospital, they are facing a problem every day. Even at home, they are facing problems. And we with those people who are sick or and all
means the elder.
The elder people. So even at the hospital, they are facing problems with changing diapers. Yeah, they're touching feces. See how dehumanize it. Now imagine if there is a product which it collects all the waste for you. It's like you go into toilet, you go, and then that little percentage is there. Like imagine a diaper can collect all the waste products which are inside there. Yeah, it collects it, everything there, and then once it's there outside, less than 5% of it. In the baby's bag. Mama, it will only be on the way the layer. And then yeah, it is a diaper. It's there, but I can't show you why it's there. Yeah. So imagine if there's that. Okay, it's there. It does exist. It's inside there. Inside the bag. And you'll see it.
Is it used?
Yeah, it has been used in the hospital.
No, I mean that one, the one that one.
You want to see this one?
Is it used?
Yeah. No, it's not used. It's not used. It's a prototype. It's a prototype that I made. So yeah, here's the diagram. So it's simple. It has 2 layers. There's the outside layer, which is this layer, and then this outer layer. So when you clean a person using this product, you pull the ropes. You pull these 2 strings. So as you pull the strings, it wipes everything for you. And then only less than 5% is remaining. It's for you. Okay. This inside layer, it cleaned for you. And then there's this one which is remaining. Okay, from everything that we did, the testing in the institutions, Mediclinic, and Angle at Bloemfontein, it proved that all the people who were using this product, there were no leakage of the waste. So even this layer, the inside layer, it was containing the waste products. This one was remaining clean and wet. So with this one, the outside layer, this is the layer whereby you use it to clean that less than 4% waste product for you. So you do not need to go around carrying your wipe. If you have a baby, there's no need for you to go around carrying your wipe or else something else. This is the yeah. This is the diaper. And then
You buy it like that.
You buy it like this.
Okay.
Really?
So and a second product.
18 million. Unemployed, unemployable. Some are old, some are so somewhere
That's your
So the second product is a self-cleansing pad.
What?
Self-cleansing pad. It's a pad for ladies. Yeah. Okay, let's imagine. Okay, this is the scenario. You have work, you're working. You have a lot of work. And then you have to leave your work for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes to go to toilet to change your pad. Or else there's a pad whereby it comes to you with, it is 2-in-1. It's very thin. Okay? It's very thin. So with this pad, it has a rope on it. Same scenario as this one. With the pad, when you get to the toilet, you don't have to undress yourself. You don't have to undress yourself, you don't have to undress yourself. You just put your hand inside and then you pull it out, you pull it aside. And then the second layer is remaining, you go with whatever you do. And you don't have to see your blood. No. I've given it to someone to taste it, and she said it's good and she likes it. The problem is this manufacturing thing. I made a prototype of a machine of the product. Oh, why is surprised? Yeah, I made a prototype. I made a prototype of the machine. The problem is, I made it using boxes, so it cannot make that massive production. So for me to be able to do that, I need
millions.
Besides, I don't need money for it to be done. I need information and the cycle that I need. So to be connected with.
Yeah. You know why I'm stuck?
Why?
I don't know, after COVID, if you've noticed how many adverts have been placed on television emphasizing this thing of girl children not being able to go to class because of that specific program. Having, let's argue the state, because it was in so many these political platforms, they were campaigning with it. They take that thing, they find it, and it is distributed primarily amongst people that cannot afford it, much needed, being girl children.
Shall I will come to you now?
Scenario. How much of a problem have you solved in the country? That's why I'm dumbstruck.
Also, there's like the innovative way to do your business about it.
Give him a round of applause.
It's like you were thinking you are not fair.
Okay, Sheila.
Thank you, Prof. And thank you, colleague that just presented on a disposable self-cleansing diaper and sanitary pad. Brilliant idea, absolutely brilliant. Just a tip, make sure that your product is actually a biodegradable product, because that's where the industry is moving. The disposable sanitary industry is moving in the direction of biodegradability, and if the product is not biodegradable, it probably will not get traction, but it's a lovely product that you've got. Just make sure that you've got biodegradable materials to make it work. Otherwise, splendid work. Very proud of you. And keep in touch with me, please. We are in the same industry. Thank you, Prof. Thank you, everyone.
We will give you. Oh, what's wrong with you? This is my class. Colleagues online, this is how we come to the end of the news bulletin. And our journey with you for Module 1 ends here. Thank you very much for being a wonderful, behaving cohort. I hope to see you soon on Module 3. Colin will be with you from next week on Module 1, on Module 2, and then I'm coming after 3 weeks on Module 3. Thank you very much. After 3 weeks. Remember,
we have what?
it's close to. No, listen, I think next week is Group 1 for Module 2. That other week is Group 2 for Module 2. And then that week is Group 1 for Module 3. And that other week is, yes, so it will be 4th week, it's a month from now. So you will see me. I'll be traveling. Next week I'm going to Namibia. When I come back, I'll be going to Oman, the United Arab Emirates. Probably when I come back here, I will be coming from South Sudan.
Asking for 10 minutes.
No problem. Anyone who wants to also share, but in essence, I'm happy with that. You understand the value of innovation in your businesses. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time and a wonderful, exciting, and I hope what I've shared with you is going to make your business different and it's going to make sense. Yeah.
No, I won't take time. Well, I come from a very much new technology. Right. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I will just share business. I'm developing, in fact, I have a mobile application that acts as a navigator. I have a virtual guide to arrive at the desired destination. If you have time, I'll show you in my office there how it works. So, this is how it is going to work.
The Google app?
No. No, but at some point it's going to use a GTTS, the Google Text-to-Speech. So, destination input, the user inputs the destination via voice command, so it will be installed in a mobile device. We shake, take me to art block. It takes that command. It uses the Google Map within campus. Now for now, I'm doing for the blinds, RLC, the disability ones. Yeah. So the app confirms the destination using TTS, text to speech, and Google text to speech. So, and then I also applied, which is very much crucial. I had to use what we call machine learning and AI combined. So I use what we call OpenCV, computer vision, for object detection, real object detection, live object detection. You're using YOLO models, once pre-trained models. So that's to say, okay, it detects when the camera is there. Detected, I call it BILAS. BILAS trace detected a laptop from a close range, a person, a chair, like that. If it's a knife, dangerous weapon, it must bring about an alarm. Yeah. Just boom, it will target the vibration together. So what I need in my business, funding to get such device, so that it becomes an actual mobile. Because of vibration, it must. So what I want them to move away, not necessarily to move away from a cane. They must have it, but in there, they'll be having those spectacles, and then we'll mount a cane cord to register. If there's a car coming, it must report. And then let's say there's a bottle there, it must be able to alarm. And then and move the setting to the left, to the right. If there's a wall, it must vibrate before. I know sometimes when I'm at the cane bar, when I do the wall. So I'm trying to make them move away from
So you will literally have goggles and your cell phone, mobile device.
Mobile device.
And you will walk like
Chinese there, I call it.
I can confirm, as my office mate, I've seen the prototype work, and the way I imagine it, if you've seen James Bond movies, where you have a smaller camera, maybe on the brow of your goggles, and you've seen sports eyeglasses that have built-in radios in it. So you can have that type of communication, but the processing will happen via phone, because smartphones have greater capacity. But in terms of telecommunication and speaking to the person that's using the app, we have a process.
Right. Awesome. Give me a round of applause.
To see, but they will have an idea of what's around them.
They will be able to navigate.
They will be able to navigate.
They can go to ShopRite and come in.
Yes.
Instead of them moving in this, if they are off the lane.
So they just go in front of you, there's scooter, there's a
So
board,
they will
just-
start using that cane, one of the steps, because so far it's just for.
So you can imagine that the applications of that, even if that thing is capable of night vision, the elderly, even though the elderly, you wear that thing, because your vision gets diminished over time, it advises them on okay, here's this particular scenario and so on and so forth. So the applications of them, they are very, very vast.
I'm available for translation services.
Excellent. So about people who can't speak English and stuff, so.
No, you can change the language. There I also have a code. The language is just changed. The translation, now I'm using English. I can even change for French, Afrikaans. Simple. I look the one of the language code of this one. English is EN, Afrikaans is AF, and like that. So it's about Brenda, I don't have the African ones. Because I'm not about those ones. They are not there in the, but it should be able to accommodate such. But it's a.
No, that's why I'm saying it's my forte.
I know.
Somebody has an eye.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no. Arrival. Okay, navigation. As the user start moving, the app gives 10 by 10 direction via Google. Detects obstacle using the camera and alerts the user. Uses haptic feedback to indicate tense or important information. Arrival. When the person arrives, notifies the user when they reach the destination. Offer additional information about the location if
So you actually summarize the Uber into a camera.
Yeah,
it's Uberized movement for the blind.
Yeah.
Wow, give me a big round of applause. When I come back, we will talk about organizations that you approach for funding. Yes.
Yeah. I have waiting in place.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Colleagues, any other questions? Maybe let's get two people to do both of them, and then we'll call it a bit for you. A lady and a gentleman. Who volunteers to give vote of thanks?
I think it's very checks. I have an unfair advantage since for me this is home. So it only makes sense that the person would be the sacrifices that are made for all of us. And the journey that we found, combination of ideas and interplay influences. I think we all do as a profession, because someone once said, I'm sure, I think it was said, this thing of wealth creation is a team sport, and this team is a team worth being. As I've grown, I have seen things in a completely life, and on that note, thanks a lot, Coach.
There's just the other guys online connected. Everyone else. I would like to extend our much appreciation to our facilitator, the organizers of this program, and the funders, and a very short, this is the shortest we can ever have because of the information and everything that they do. Because I feel like we just continue like students until the end of the year, because this is quite important and it can increase our minds. We've been in this journey for different many years among us, but I feel like I still have traveled like for 6 months in my 6 years of being an entrepreneur. So we appreciate what you're going to share with us and what you're still coming to share. I can't wait for next week or the other week when I come back for other facilities. So we appreciate the time you put, we appreciate everything you've given us. We're looking forward to more. And my colleagues, let's keep on coming.
Okay. Guys, thank you very much. I'm feeling great. All right, guys. It's the end of the class for today. And then I believe you've got my numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those who want to